We have 17.1, which is your trigonometry functions, or trig functions is what we call it. Now, notes on this, or is it just we're taking notes and we're doing that together, but you have to have if you need a scrap piece of paper, I do have some. Anybody else need scrap? Okay. So I do want you to be writing this on another piece of paper, because this will, how I'm doing it, hopefully will help you in the long run too. So when I was learning trigonometry, when I was in high school, sitting in your seat, my father and I came up with a saying. So I say it, and I will tell you that I will give you extra credit once the test comes if you remember my saying. And I will tell you, you'll hear it so much that if you don't know it by the test, you will definitely, I will be shocked. So the saying goes, Sally could tell Oscar had a hat on always. Now, if you can remember Sally could tell Oscar had a hat on always, you will remember your SOHCAHTOA. Now, if you remember SOHCAHTOA, my thing in high school, if someone would say, how do you spell SOHCAHTOA? I would have no idea. So, that's how a lot of people would say, oh, just know how to spell SOHCAHTOA. That's right. And I will tell you, so I will tell you that's why my father and I came up with Sally could tell Oscar had a hat on always. So your sine of theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Your cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. And I can definitely make this bigger. And then tangent of theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. When you are talking about a right triangle, the first thing you always want to do is you want to find your right angle. Directly across from your right angle is called your hypotenuse. Then, depending upon what theta you're talking about, if we call this theta, the leg, this is called a leg, the leg completely across from it, opposite of it, is called your opposite. And the other one that's next to it is called your adjacent. So Sally could tell Oscar had a hat on always, or SOHCAHTOA, however you want to memorize that. What you have to remember, if you can remember that S goes with C, so sine goes with your secant, so your cosecant of theta is opposite your hypotenuse over your opposite. So all you're doing is you're flipping this.
Wait, what did you say?
So sine goes with your cosecant.
Oh. Wait, what did that letter say?
CSC. Secant of theta, this is just what it is. Secant, so see how S and C, cos and S goes together. So just to kind of help you remember what goes together. So it's just, what is the opposite of, how can I flip this? What if I flip this, what would it be? H over A.
Well, where are you getting C?
Where are you getting the little circles?
This, okay, first of all, the circle with the line through it, this is theta. It's a Greek letter. It means an angle. So that is theta. It's a Greek letter. Sine, cosine, and tangent are only 3 of the 6 trigonometry functions. You probably only learned 3 of the 6 last year. So this is CSC, this is SEC, which is secant, and the last one is called cotangent of theta.
I remember learning that.
Yeah, cotangent we did. I remember that. SEC.
All you have to do, if you remember sine, since sine starts with an S, it goes with the one that starts with the C. Cosine is a C, goes with the one that starts with an S. And tangent is cotangent. How do I flip this? If I flipped tangent, what do I have? A over O. Okay. 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 Yes, this would mean the same thing. The only difference is this is angle and this is a Greek. Yes, Josh. Okay. First of all,
I understand the little circle.
okay, the theta. Okay.
Where does CS?
These are just. Do you know sine, cosine, tangent? Just wait. Do you remember sine, cosine, tangent?
Yes.
Okay. SOHCAHTOA. But sine, cosine, tangent are only 3 of the 6.
Someone just ran by. It was so funny.
Okay. But I know I saw him too. Okay, but the sine, cosine, and tangent are only 3 of the 6. There's six trigonometry functions. So these are all the functions that we are going to talk about today. All 6.
I remember learning about the negatives of them too.
Don't even worry about that till tomorrow.
Oh. Wait, how do you get the other
I did say it. If I could rewind it right now, I did say that there are 6 of them. So shh. Time out. Eyes and ears. Shh. Ladies and gentlemen. Shh. Lincoln.
So those letters on the right to the new 3 have nothing to do with the ones over there to the left.
Yeah.
Some of them don't.
They're opposite.
They don't. Fine. The only thing is they're opposites of each other. So like if okay, time out.
Okay, now I'm getting confused again.
If you memorize these 3,
I do.
how you get those is they're opposites. It's very
Yeah, but look, okay. CSC. How does that relate?
but the words don't it doesn't relate to SOHCAHTOA.
Why'd you say the letters are opposite? Like, I understand.
This
How are we going to remember that?
are the opposites.
You mean they're switched around? No, yeah, I get that. But how are you going to remember CSC?
You will be given that, but this is ladies and gentlemen. You can. This is.
So
We have
Toa goes with cot, right? Yeah. Toa goes with cot. And because they're opposite.
Tangent and cotangent, huh? Because it's cotangent. These are. Okay.
Yeah.
We will work on memorizing them. However, when you get your worksheet, just like you did today, ladies, well, that's all right. So I don't mind the trying to understand it. That part I like. All right. So you are going to be given all 6 of them. All right. So what we have to do though is to figure out what they all mean. All right. Whew. All right. So now, what I want you to do, before we begin, oh my gosh, I will tell you that if this part's, nope, put this back, put this over your paper now. Put it over. So if you know it, if you know sine, cosine, tangent, don't look at your paper. If you know sine, cosine, tangent as SOHCAHTOA or your Sally could tell, whatever, I want you to fill in your O's and H's without looking. See if you can do it. See how much you have to memorize. See if you can remember what sine means, cosine means, and tangent means. Either SOHCAHTOA or your Sally could tell. Oscar had a hat on always. So. Yep. Could be.
You know what I never forgot from Spanish?
What?
I
know you.
I
think your group was the first group that made you really like it.
Shoo!
All right.
I love that song.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen. So we have, hopefully you went through and said, Sally could tell Oscar had a hat on always. Then remember that the opposite, so this one is H over O. Your secant is H over A. And your tangent, your cotangent is A over O. All right. All right. Guys, stop the side conversating.
About math.
All right. Yeah, at least it is. All right. What I want you to do is I want you to take a moment and I want you to label these four sides. Which one is your hypotenuse? Which one is your opposite? And which one is your adjacent? I want you to take a second and see if you know which ones they are.
I know
Without talking. Okay, so you always find hypotenuse first. Which one's hypotenuse? 25. So this one's my hypotenuse.
24 is adjacent.
Then you take your wherever your angle is and go straight across from it, and that is your opposite.
You know the next one's adjacent.
Then this is
Oh my gosh. She's freaking out.
I usually, someone like tickled me, I swear to God.
Nobody tickled you.
No one touched you.
I don't think so.
That scared me.
All right. All right. Also, ladies and gentlemen, on 3, I need you to write sine theta because I should have moved this up. I have to do that for my next year.
So
But
what's up with that random S next to that cot zero?
did you? Okay. Listen. I will restate what I just said. Okay, you listening? I said this should have been moved up, so it's on top of it. So you need to cross it out. That should have been sine. It just happened to be moved down. So the S is from sine, so it should have been up. So.
You mean where the sign 0 is up there, right?
Yeah, if I could right now, if this, all you do is put, no, you can't type it in your calculator.
Well, there's not 2 signs 0.
I'm so confused.
No, oh my gosh.
Okay, I see.
You know what?
Can we just not do it?
No,
No, I'm like,
Hannah and Lincoln, just stop for a second. Cross off the S, and all you have to do is write sine in there.
I did it.
oh, above the cosine. Okay.
All right, so what I want you to do is, when you're doing these, I do not want you to touch a calculator at all. All I want you to do is go sine of theta. Remember, what is sine of theta? Sine, remember, is opposite over hypotenuse. So you are putting opposite over 25.
24 over 7.
So cosine, we'll do one more and then I'm going to let you guys do it by yourselves. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. 24 over 25. So I want you to do it silently, the other ones, real quick.
Easy.
Yes. Guys. Well, it's going to be for the left, but I want to make sure. So, yep. So, check your answers. You should have got. Yep. You can put it either here or off the side there. I don't care. Don't do it. So, you should have had. We did 24 over 25 together. 7 over 24. Then we have 25 over 7, 25 over 24, and 24 over 7. Questions on the first one? All right, I'm going to have you do one more before we continue.
That's all it is. Wait,
For this section. For this is review, actually. It's supposed to be. Yes.
don't you guys know it always is?
I did trade.
Man, oh man.
Oh, never mind. I just made my So this is our homework?
The worksheet, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, on 3, what is our hypotenuse?
On what, 3?
On activity 3.
25.
25 is hypotenuse. What is my opposite?
24.
24, because it's straight across from the angle, so this is the opposite, OPP. And adjacent is 7. So if you are done with 3, continue with 4, and I will be... Okay, good. Okay, then do 4. Yes. Stop talking, guys. Shh. And that's not. Wait, and then we gotta.
Big 1, 5, 2.
Yep, you can go on to 5 and 6 are the same. Yep, if you guys are waiting for me, 5 and 6 are the same. So.
I'm not gonna remember these.
We're doing just 3 right now, right?
You can continue on.
All of them? 4.
What if you don't know a side?
All right, so we have here, we have to find the other side. To find this, we have to do, remember that a squared, so 2 sides squared, you add them up, is equal to the third side, which is your hypotenuse squared.
Come again?
A squared plus b squared equals c squared. That's the Pythagorean. So a, which we have is our 9 squared, plus b squared is equal to 41 squared.
So b squared plus 81 equals 1680.
So b squared is equal to, put in your calculator, 41 squared minus my 9 squared. Gives you 1600. How can I find out what b is?
Don't you plug that back in? 100 squared.
So if you have b squared is equal to 1600, how can I find out what b is?
Divide it by
Square root.
Just kidding.
Square root. So b is what? 40. So you take the square root. Yep, you take the square root of this, square root of that. So b is 40. So that means this is 40.
X is 40.
So x is 40. Which is the O. Yep, the opposite. So then we can fill in these signs here. So again, our sign is opposite over hypotenuse. So it's 40 over 41. We have tangent is opposite, so 40 over 9. Remember, your secant is your hypotenuse over, so 41 over 40. Because remember, it's just flipping of the other. So your Cosecant is 41 over 9. And cotangent is,
I thought that Jason was 9.
it's opposite right here. You flip these. And cotangent is 9 over 4. What are you saying? What's your question?
Or FCC 41 over 40, so.
Your secant? Are you talking your secant? Oh, I switched them, didn't I? Shoot. I forgot. Yeah, because secant goes with this one. Man, I meant to put opposites. Oh, man, yep. Because this one is not, this is this one.
Oh, wait, secant is H over A, not,
'Cause
or is A over H, not H over A?
Your I meant to go switch them so that because the lady that made this worksheet, they didn't put them opposite of each other. And that's why I switched them, but then I forgot to switch them down here. Because
Oh, my answer's wrong too.
What?
Oh, no, but
Kidding me?
I thought Lincoln would just showed me. Sine, remember these S and C. Link, yeah, that's all right. So, that's okay. You can change the name. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Hey, I'm mad. I get this. No, I don't.
not changing anything.
That's okay.
What happened?
Sine, I typed it, but I forgot to switch them. Just a second. Sine, what is the opposite of which one? Which 3 goes with sine?
Oh,
Which of these 3 goes with sine?
yeah.
The CSC, right? So this one, these two go together. So that means, yeah, that's my fault.
That's why I said the FCC stuff was 41 over 9.
Yep.
I'm changing all, like.
Yeah, just change this.
I'm just gonna.
I would just change this. Just change that. But
Really?
Yeah, I did it.
My answers are wrong.
in this,
All of them. Can we just do the next one now?
yes, we will.
If one of them's wrong, they're all wrong.
But before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, just switch it. So what is the opposite of sine? Which one?
CSC.
CSC. So just go CSC and then SEC. Just switch them. That's fine. I switched them on all the others. I just didn't on this. Actually, all these ones I switched. I did switch them here. See? So. Yep. So we have here, ladies and gentlemen, sine of theta. So if sine of theta, remember, is our opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite is 180. Hypotenuse is 181. How do I find this?
181 squared equals 180 squared plus b squared.
Yep, so 180 squared plus b squared is equal to 181 squared. So b is what? 19? You take, in your calculator, go 181 squared minus 180 squared.
Wait, how do you know what one's A, B, and C?
Megan.
A and B doesn't matter, but C has to be the hypotenuse, which is across from the right angle. So, what is 181 squared minus 180 squared? What is it? 361? Now take the square root of 361. 19? Okay.
So the hypotenuse.
So that means this one right here is 19. Lincoln? What is sine?
Wait, never mind. Well, yeah, why is adjacent not the 181?
What is sine?
Opposite over hypotenuse.
So opposite,
Which would be.
just wait, opposite over hypotenuse, just,
Yeah,
okay. From here, where's the opposite?
180.
Straight across, 180.
Oh.
Hypotenuse is across from the right angle, so this is my 181. What was your question?
Yeah, no.
Got it? Okay, question about how to finish this one.
No, how we do that?
Okay, let's move on. All right,
Jason was extra that last one, right?
the what?
Wait, can you go back?
Is it emergency? Then you can wait. Because the back side, I want you to make sure you're here. 19. I didn't. Other than 19, I didn't have any more.
You know, you can just move on. Yeah, we're going.
Yep. Okay. Now, here we go. These triangles. This is back on your scrap paper.
Okay.
Or your notes.
You move down a little bit.
Yep, I sure can. Thank you. What you need to do is memorize these two triangles. The first triangle is a 45-45. And you have our sides are 1, 1, square root of 2. The angles are 45-45.
I made sure these were on my note too, so that we have it.
All right. The other triangle is a 30-60. It doesn't matter, 30, 60, 90. It doesn't matter which one you call 30 or 60. The thing that does matter is the one that's opposite of your 30 is 1. Adjacent to 30 is square root of 3. Hypotenuse of 2. Still the same exact stuff that we were doing on the other side, but this side we're only going to focus on the 3 you learned last year, sine, cosine, tangent. Alright, so still exact same thing. The first thing we have to do is we have to take and say, what is sine of 30? We're going to keep this on this paper for right now.
You mean, okay, are you on the first triangle or the second one?
Well, the first thing you have to do is find your 30 degrees. Okay, okay. Second, lady, eyes and ears. Don't say first or second to anybody. Don't tell them the answers. I want them to figure it out. You have to find the 30 degrees. Is 30 here or is it over here? It's right here. So we are talking about that one right there. When it says sine of 30, you have to go to that angle. So remember, if you need to, write them again. Sally could tell Oscar had a hat on always.
I like Sokotoa better.
Well,
Sounds like a volcano or something.
that's right. You can say Sokotoa. All right. So opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite is 1. Hypotenuse is 2. So sine of 30 is 1/2. Pretty much. Okay, shh. Cosine of 30 is adjacent over hypotenuse. We're looking at the 30. Adjacent to it is square root of 3 over my hypotenuse of 2. Yep, we're going next. But it's actually not too bad. Hopefully it'll be easier. Did you have a question, Lincoln?
No, I don't know.
Tangent of 30.
I do, but I'll wait.
No, what's your question? Okay, tangent of 30. Opposite is here. I asked her if she... Opposite over adjacent is 1 over the square root of 3. What can't we have?
Square root on the bottom.
Square root on the bottom. So what do we have to do?
Times everything by square root.
Times everything by the square root of 3. So we get square root of 3 over 3. Now you have to take and put these in your answer key, or not your answer key, but on your paper. Sine of 30 was 1/2. Just a second, Ellie. Cosine, so you're putting them right here. Cosine of 30 was square root of 3 over 2, and tangent of 30 is square root of 3 over 3.
Is this homework?
We'll get most of it done.
Miss B, what do you do for
But yes,
zero?
it is our homework, but we'll get most of it done. Yes.
Miss B, what do you do for 0?
Zeros, we're going to plug it into our calculator. And if it, because there's going to be zeros and ones, and then if it's undefined, just put a line. If it says error. If you're at that point. Okay, so Megan, if you need to. Okay, what I want you guys to do now is sine of 45 degrees. So do your sine of 45.
What about 90?
We put it in just yes, you may.
Hey, friend. Which 45?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, because they're both one on the other.
Yep. All right. Capital letters represent angles. Little letters represent sides.
Yeah.
All right. So it says find C. So we're finding this. If little a, the side A right here is 60. All right. So we are talking about a 60-degree triangle, but we also have a side that is 60. So before we begin, I want you to think about it. What is 60 in comparison to my opposite? And my C is my hypotenuse. So what uses opposite and hypotenuse? Sine, cosine, or tangent?
Sine.
Sine uses it. So sine of 60.
Why did you decide to use OH because 60 side?
Because you have to use a given and then the one that you're trying to find.
Alright.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. So sine of 60. Just wait.
6.866.
Okay. First of all, there's no calculators here because we're using exact values. So all I want to know, don't tell me what sine of 60 is, but except for the fact of what does it relate to this triangle. Opposite is 60, and hypotenuse is my C. So first thing you have to do is set it up. The second thing you have to do now is tell me and today you're going to be able to use this chart, but on your tests and quizzes you have to be able to reproduce this chart. But today you can just use it. So sine of 60. So sine of 60 is the square root of 3 over 2. We all know how we got it because we just did it. So sine of 60 is the square root of 3 over 2.
What's the answer?
Not yet. Is equal to 60 over C. How can I solve for C? Cross multiply. So I have C square roots of 3 is equal to 120. Multiply both sides by 2C then, and then cancel it like that. It's just easier at this point to cross multiply. 60 right here. Cross multiply means multiply this times this. So 2 times 60. Oh, yep. All right. And then C times square root of 3. Now what do I do? How can I solve for C?
I have no clue.
Divide by square root of 3. So C is equal to 120 over the square root of 3. We got a problem. What's our problem?
You can't be in the bottom because the time divides the
Yep. So you have to multiply top and bottom by the square root of 3, and that's why last chapter's was very important. So
For sine 60 though, you started this whole thing. How did you get 60 over C?
all right. Just wait. Time out. Ladies and gentlemen. Shh. All right. Just guys, coming back to this, just come back to the triangle for a second. Don't worry about this. If I say sine of theta, what is sine of theta equal? What opposite over hypotenuse, right? So what is the opposite of theta? 60. And what is hypotenuse?
Can I ask the next step in students, please?
So-
Okay, so I get it.
Okay. So, no, don't put it away yet. So you have the final will be your 120 over square root of 3 over 3. Reduce is 40 square roots of 3.
And 23. Trevor 77
Huh?
is off.
This is the answer.
120 divided by 3.
82.
Do you get how, do I get how 3?
25.
Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 9, which is 3.
And 90. We have a reminder for any of those 10th and 11th grade students interested in any of the LaTeX programs.
I didn't touch anything. My feet are under me.
Students can experience unique programs as in graphic communications, alternative energy, EMS, computer network engineering, and
Can you read what that says, that blinking light?
junior students can use LaTeX programs offered
Bam.
by
You need new balls.
and
You need new balls.
and academic credit.
Oh, good thing it like just went out.
And become a career and college ready. Students can join these programs on February 21st,
Yeah,
which is Thursday. If you would like to participate, please see your counselor and sign up by tomorrow. You'll need to get permission slips and sign up right away. We also have a reminder regarding senior survivors. Applications are now available in the main office.
But again.
Probably not, Tony.
Applications are due back by
Yeah,
Friday, March 1st.
me and
at
Lucas hang out at his house.
2:30 p.m.
I have a sweet trip for him. Is this the pain? Because I have about my
We
math.
also have a reminder for
What?
Red Out this Thursday.
You live all the way out there?
Yeah, dude. And Lucas
Please
lives in
remember your
town.
tomorrow.
So,
This Thursday to help promote drug awareness.
Can't you go and get a new
Let's stand
lamp?
together to support drug awareness.
here's your ball. Go
You're
down
never
to
gonna fix
the,
my
you go down to the library and ask for your ball.
Yeah, I'm just go to the library and be like, hey, I need a new bulb and put it in.
Credit recovery classes will be held this afternoon in
Oh, you're
room
still jamming right now.
8. Thank you.
This is it. Is it yours?
Not because it's tomorrow's report card, so if you don't pass it, how am I gonna say that it's not gonna, I can
Try to
have
have your last one to the main
a
office.
D in the class, but there's no way that I can guarantee that you're gonna pass that class.
Yeah. That's fine. Alright, well, I have to stay after and take it anyway then. Unless you're just gonna do that.
Well, but Friday, you're gonna have to do one of the other.
Can I go get away to P7, please? Can I go get away to
And
P7?
I don't put dash nothing zero, so people that haven't taken it have a zero, so.
Wait, what'd you say?
Take a seat and we'll start this up.
Oh, I thought
But
you
you're
were
just doing Friday?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I finished the homework.
Next week, could you come look at these real quick? What's that for credit worksheet?
It says review 3.
Okay, so review 1 and 2. Right there. I think I was like, there. And then,
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 25. Yeah, that's over here. 35.
then 7.6. And then we talked about the 7 or the 124 or 139 homework. I did the add on this one for you. Okay. So and then I'll just get this one right here. And then you said you give me the other.
Yep.
Okay.
And is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Alright, yep. I probably won't get it in this second, but,
That's fine.
yep, but I will tonight.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, if you were.
Does it say review 3?
Yeah, but it looks different from the
Yep, that's
That's
it.
stop. I'll see you later.
Alright, take a seat, ladies and gentlemen. Spread out a little bit, and we'll begin in 30 seconds.